Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining me back into Manor Lords as we are building a carnivore town, and we are now currently on part 2. So when I stopped with the previous episode, I ended where I was about to basically just add a fishing hut, or let me see, yeah, the fisherman's hut. So I was thinking of placing it more or less here. I know it's a far distance for them to walk, but I do want to kind of keep it between the pond and where the actual town is, so that the transportation can be a little bit more smooth. So yeah, I think maybe let's just put the fisherman's hut here next to the farm, and I'm gonna just speed up this whole process. We are waiting for a few extra families to move in. If you are new to the channel and to the series, please do remember to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Also smash that like button if you are interested in games like these. So we are basically now just waiting for those extra families to move in, and then we can assign them here to the fisherman's hut. At the same time, we are building up our population here with the sheep, and then we are starting to produce our first yarn. Now the yarn I'm also going to use as a commodity to trade with, and let's just I don't know if I set that up already, and let's just check here quickly for the yarn. Okay, so it is set up to export, and we got to just now let that build up on the one side, and we can add more people here to our retinue. So let's see, we can add another 3 soldiers. I'm gonna just do that quickly. Okay, so then we've got a decent force to defend our town. I'm going to eventually add another person here to my archers, another company. In fact, let's just do that now as our town is building up. We can also look to squeeze in a few extra burgage plots. So I was thinking of placing them maybe like over here. Keep it all nice and compact. Now let's maybe extend it a little bit further, see if we can get like 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. Let's do another 4 burgage plots. So I think this will pretty much sort us out for everything that we need, all of the population that we need to make the town progress. Now I am going to have to look at importing roof tiles at some point very soon, so that we can upgrade the church. We need a level 2 church in order for us to level up the burgage plots to level 3, and then we also still need our tavern. Now I think a good place for the tavern is either next to the church, which will probably be a bit odd, or on this location over here. So let's maybe do that. I'm gonna squeeze it in right over there. We've got a small clay deposit. Oh sorry, this is actually iron. I thought it was clay. Okay, we've got the clay here at the top. Now, you know, I'm thinking whether or not I should import the roof tiles, or rather just get the clay and then produce my own roof tiles, because it's quite expensive to import those roof tiles. Running out of food. Okay, so the meat is kind of a problem, and that's why I want those extra villagers to move in, so that we can just start getting fish as well. Let's just see, with the logging camp, we've got 2 families here that's chopping down trees. Let's just maybe take one of those families out, and I'm going to assign them here to the fisherman's hut, just to help us with the food. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, here, I'm going to just basically do the animal pens, so that we can compensate with meat. We're obviously producing enough eggs at this stage, so we can focus on adding more meat. Right, so we are getting that extra approval now, with the church level, market variety, market food variety, clothing variety. I was thinking of maybe just removing the tax for a little while, and that will just boost the happiness of the town and make it more appealing for more families to move in. So I'll take away the tax for now. We've got enough people in our retinue, and I'm not going to focus on taking over more land at this stage. So currently we've got 11 sheep here in this pasture. Just want to see with the trading, livestock trading, trade, where is this trade? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I'll need to push this up a little bit further. So let's do 20 there and 20. Let's just do it like that. Okay, then from here I'm going to just assign another family here to the fishing hut. And they can just start bringing in some fish fires. There we go. And that way we can just get some more food variety. While we just try to accumulate our meat production, let's add 2 goats and 2 big farms. Okay, there we go. Now see, we've got room for 6 people still to move in. And I was thinking maybe I should just produce my own roof tiles. Maybe. We've got our tavern over here. We've got everything that we need to upgrade the tavern also if we want to. I'm thinking I'm gonna maybe just do that in any case. Seeing that we've got the resources. We've got plenty of resources. Okay, yeah, so there we can see the meat is now slowly building up. And we're also just producing that extra fish now just to count like as an extra safety net. Let's maybe go ahead. How many roof tiles do we need for the church? We need 10. So I'm gonna maybe open up the trade here for the roof tiles. Import. I've already opened up the trade, so I'm gonna just import 15 roof tiles maybe into the town, so that we also have that little bit of extra, you know, once we're ready to upgrade the burgage plots. We still need that tavern supply, so for the new families that come in, we need to use them to basically just start producing the ale. First the malt and then the ale. So the malt house is a nice little space for the malt house, very close to our storage. So I think I'm gonna pop it down right over there. Okay, there we got another family moving in. And I think I'll then definitely use that family to work at the malt house. What's lacking here? Fuel. Okay. You see, the thing is, we're going to have to now also add more families to work here by the granary and the storehouse. Just to help with the distribution of all the goods. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's add some more families over here. Right, so our coin is looking pretty good, so I'm going to just go ahead and upgrade the church as well. That's one of the things that we need to get to the level 3 burgage plots. And now in order to supply the clothes that we need, we're going to have to start producing the shoes. So I'm going to create a cobbler shop very soon. And then the last thing that we're going to need is the tavern supply for the ale. So let's see, we've got the boyer's workshop over here. And then I want to now just change this one. I'm going to change to a cobbler's workshop. We're just waiting for another family to move in because it does require an extra family to run the workshop at the back. Production limit. Yeah, I don't think we've got to limit this. I'm not going to worry too much about the limit for that. Let's see how the sheep's doing. We've got 16 sheep currently. Okay, so there's another family moving in. So let's maybe consider... The food's looking decent. It's not really where I want it to be, but it's okay. I think we can manage with it. So let's add ourselves the cobbler's workshop. Oh, shibbit. Okay, we've got a fire over here. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. Here we go. Doesn't happen often that I get a fire in the town, I must admit. So what we can do is once we go into winter, I'm going to unassign the families that's working here by the fisherman's hut. And then I'll probably assign one of the families to the malt house over here. And then another family we can assign to the tavern. Then we should be getting everything that we need to then upgrade the burgage plots to the level 3. It's not really a priority to go to level 3 with the burgage plots. The only reason I want to go to level 3 is so that with every level 3 burgage plot that you've got an extra family that can move in. So that's kind of like where my thoughts are at. So just to basically get more families to move into the town without expanding the town too far out. I want to keep it compressed and compact for as long as I can. And then obviously also for the development tree, that's the other thing. I want to get higher up with the development tree. So if I get 3 level 3 burgage plots, we can expand our development tree. And the next step for me would be to get the trapping and then the advanced skinning, and then finally we'll do the better deals. See, we actually get now even more approval rating for the church level because we're getting a level 2 church. So that gives us even more approval. And there's now another family that moved in. So I'm going to go ahead and assign a family over here. Let's just do maybe a 10 stockpile for the fuel. I'm going to add one family to the malt house over here so that we can start producing the malt. And then obviously now we're going to have to add now a third workshop over here. We've got our cobbler's workshop. Production limit. I'm going to say for the production limit, let's maybe do 80 production limit for the shoes. And I'm going to start trading with the shoes as well. I think we can get very good money for that. So let's just open up the trade route over here. Yeah, we get 8 coin per pair of shoes that we export. So I'm going to just do this, and we can say, yeah, let's maybe say when it's over 40, then we can export. Right. So I don't think I'm going to use when we get attacked by the raiders again. I think I'm going to just basically hire mercenaries. And in order to do that, I need to build my treasury up. So my approval rating is looking pretty decent at this stage. So I think maybe I must just impose a little bit of tax. Let's maybe go for 6%. Yeah. That only gives us a little bit of disapproval. So you can see with the 6%, we only get a -3 approval rating. But if we want 10%, it's a -6. So yeah, I think that's going to make a big difference. We'll just keep it on 6% tax. Okay, the food is stable. I wouldn't say it's building up, but it is stable. I just want our block to grow as quickly as we can let it grow. Let's push it up to 30. And within this pasture, we can only have up to 44. So I'll probably have to just open up another pasture over here. Okay, so there's a second pasture for us for another 40 sheep, which I think is decent. Right, and we've still got space for 3 families. So yeah, we can see now that the only thing we really still require is the tavern supply. I think I'm going to just unassign one family for now from the fisherman's hut. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another workshop here, the brewery extension, so we can then start producing the ale for the town. Yeah, I think we should start doing that. And then my 4th workshop that I'm going to have is the butchery. And for this butchery that I'm going to open up, I'm going to just produce normal meat. I'm going to first wait with the sausages. I want to just get a stable meat and egg production going for some time. Okay, so let's maybe just do that. Open up the butcher's workshop. I'm going to just go for that. Right, so now I just want to quickly double check that I've got extensions here for all of the houses. Still need to get myself another oxen. Let's see, we've got some more space over there. And then I also need to order horses for myself. So after they've delivered this ox, then I'll just start ordering horses. That will just help us with the trade. We've got still a very decent amount of barley. We've got 15 in there. Oh, we've only got 5 in there. But how much malt did we produce? 29. Okay, it's not too great. I need to expand my crop fields a little bit. Let's maybe do that while it's winter. Let's see here for the barley. Okay, so this is a good location for the barley. And the idea is I want to keep all of the crop fields. I want to kind of limit it to 1 Morgan. I think it's a decent size. It's not too crazy big. Here we go, and then we're going to just do 1 more. So you can see it's nice and green over here for the barley. So we'll do another one. Just like so. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to do the first crops. We're going to do barley. We're going to rotate it. Flax and fallow. And then for this one, flax, fallow, barley. And then for this one, fallow, barley, and flax. Okay, so now we've got a good rotation, and I think we're gonna have pretty good production with the setup that we've got here currently. Town's looking pretty good. We've got now 114 people living in this town. You can see our food's running pretty low. These apiaries aren't much help. I will probably move the families from the apiaries, you know, once I've got a good sausage production. I'll probably move them somewhere else. Okay, well there we've got a decent amount of malt now as well. Okay, so here we go. Reserve. Let's just see this. The filling will stop production in the region. Surplus of this resource is less than equal. Okay, so we're gonna push this up. Let's maybe push this up to 40, And we're going to say for the lambs, it's more than 30, or then they can slaughter them. So more than 40, they can slaughter the adult sheep. More than 30 for the lambs, they can slaughter the lambs. We're going to just keep it like that. We don't have to put a limit on the meat production. And then here, where we go. With the ale production. Okay, I'm also not going to put connected to the road network. I'm not going to put a limit on our ale production. And we can assign one family here to the tavern. Alright, so currently we've got 23 livestock. Let's see, so we've got 20, okay, 20. Oh, they took some of the sheep. So we've got 10 adult sheep and 10 lambs. So we've got to just let that keep on building up. Livestock, trade. Let's push this to, let's say 50. I'm going to say, well, yeah, let's say 30 maybe. Let's bring that up to 30. I'm going to just change this also accordingly. Butcher's workshop, 50, 30. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Okay, so I do believe from here the meat should stabilize a little bit better. We've got space for one more family to move in. And then I think I'm gonna then probably just assign that family to also work at the fisherman's hut. Here we go. So they've moved in. I'm gonna assign them there to just get fish for us. You know, thinking of it, I can maybe, they're going to be a little bit far from the church, but I can maybe open up some more burgage plots over here. Let's see, 4. Yeah, I think that's a decent amount if we can get 4 over here. We've got to just push our timber production again. So we're going to have to assign some more families. So let's just see, for the saw bits, let's just unassign them for a while. And then I just want to build up that timber. I think we're going to have to keep the 2 families for the woodcutters, just to keep up with the supply and the demand. For timber. Okay, so I'll just wait until it's maybe by 6. Here we go. Then we can set up at least 3 houses. Let's do that. So I think for these 3 houses, I'll maybe do another 2 for meat and another 1 for eggs. Maybe the other way around. 2 chicken coops and 1 for meat. But the meat yield that you get with the goats, it's very little. I think you only get a yield twice a year, something like that. And it's like a ridiculously low amount. So you've got to really have a lot of these goat sheds to just keep up with the production. But if you've got the advanced skinning ability unlocked here by the development tree, then it's going to go a lot better. Okay, so let's just add a chicken coop over there. Yeah, let's do the animal pen. Alrighty, so we are actually able now to upgrade one of the houses to a level 3 burgage plot. and I'm gonna definitely take advantage of that. We've got a few here that can upgrade to level 2 also, so let's maybe just do that. Okay, let's go with the goat shed and then another chicken coop. There we go. So I've always got the same burgage plots that will give me problems. Now the only reason I think they're lacking in the food or whatever is because we still need more families assigned here to the granary and the storehouse. So let's add another family here. Yeah, you can see, so the supply is running a little bit low, so we need more families for that. Right, so we've got +1 now because we've got that one level 3 burgage plot. So we need another 2 of these. Okay, but our sheep, they're increasing very nicely over here. So we've got 13 adult sheep and 16 lambs. That's building up very nicely. I'm thinking of taking away one of these families by the apiary, and I'm going to just maybe assign them here to the fisherman's hut. Yeah, see, they're not causing even a dent here with the spawner fish. So I know the developer did say, you know, especially with this winding river map, they will give you fishing spots eventually with the new update, that you will be able to fish from the actual river and not just from these little ponds. So yeah, that's going to be a nice touch. And as I've said before, like, I hope that we will also be able to get more spawning points, like wild animal spawning points and berry spawning points. If we can have more than one, that would also just make it so much better. I mean, or at least like create like different levels of difficulty. So if you do like standard map, then you can have up to 2 spawning points of like any random resource, and with easy then you can have maybe up to 3. And then playing on hard or harder difficulty, you can have maybe 1 spawning point of each and miss a few resources. Like we've got over here, we don't even have salt in this region. Alrighty, so we've got now another family over here. Let's just see. Okay, coin's looking good. Let me see. And we've got a decent amount of ale, so we can at least supply that for the people. What I think I should do though is I should probably open up another butcher shop. Yeah, I think I should just open up another butcher shop, and then what we are going to do, we need some planks. Let's just add a family again here to the saw pit. So I'm gonna add another butcher shop. And then with this butcher shop, we're going to exclusively do the sausages. Okay, so the food is really a problem at this stage. I must now be careful to expand further. I just want to upgrade 3 burgage plots. If I can do that. Oh, we've got everything that we need. We just need the planks. Come on, bring me those planks. We can just upgrade another 2 of these burgage plots. There we go. And then we just need 1 more. One more. We've got everything we need to upgrade this burgage plot. There we go. Okay, so now from here then I can unlock this skill here for the development tree, the trapping, and that will just allow us to enable us to get a little bit more extra meat. But generally the approval rating is looking pretty good. We're staying between 60 and 70%, which I think is decent. So I'm going to just assign maybe another family here to the apiary. Okay, so you can see the flock is growing nicely. Let's just see what we've got. We've got 15 adult sheep and 20 lambs. Okay, so that's growing really nicely. Okay, so we're going to enable hunters to skillfully lay traps, which gives us a passive income of meat. There we go. And then from there we're going to follow it up with the advanced skinning. So now we're going to need 3 level 3 burgage plots. Oh sorry, 10 level 3 burgage plots. So this is going to be a bit more tricky. But I want to just see if I can stabilize the meat production. Now, in order to stabilize the meat production, we have to get that certain amount of sheep. I'm going to just go ahead and upgrade this little house over here to level 2. And then we can change that into a butcher's workshop. And then as soon as we've got enough meat, I'll start producing the sausages. Now we can just maybe open up the trade route here for the salt. Let's just see a salt. Establish trade route. Okay, import. Oh shit. Okay, no. This is the wrong one. No trade. There we go. Okay. Oh, I see. This is very, very expensive to do the imports for the salt. That's why I said it's going to be a tricky one to pull this off. But I want to really try and do this. Okay, let's see. Granary capacity. I suppose we need to add more families here. Let's just maybe... I'm going to maybe for now, I'm going to just add another family to the trading post. I would also love to add more families here to the farmhouse, just to make this also a little bit more effective. So we've got linen production also going, and we can maybe open up the trade for the linen. Anything we can make money from at this stage, because we're going to use a lot of money to import the salt. So let's just say establish trade route and export. Okay, so I'm going to just say maybe export when we're over 50. I think I'm going to do that. Right, so you can see now we've got 3 families assigned here to the fisherman's hut. And when we get here to November, you just see how's the spawning. Yeah, we've got still plenty of fish left. Okay, so it is growing very nicely. There we go. So this pasture is now completely full. We're starting to move into the second pasture. $20.25. Okay. That's funny. 2025. Okay, so yeah, we're getting close to the amount that we need for the lambs to start slaughtering the lambs. and that's just gonna really significantly boost our meat production. Let's see. Okay, so we need that third food. And that's where we've got the problem now. It's just to have a third food type. Let's maybe assign another family here to the apiary. Yeah, you see, we do need to add more families here to help with the supply. We just add some more people here to the retinue. I think I'll just do up to 18. I'm gonna maybe just go ahead and add another 2 burgage plots over here, just to give us those extra families. Let's do that. There we go. Ah, there we go. Got another level 3 burgage plot over there. I've got to just every now and then I've got to pop onto this settings over here so that I can just see which house I can upgrade, and as soon as I see that green button with a level 2 plot, then I must just quickly do it while I've got the opportunity. Because my idea is now to get to that next development stage as quickly as I can so that we can open up that advanced skinning. Okay, we've nearly got enough sheep to start with the butchering, and that's going to help us tremendously. Alright, actually got a very good amount of barley out of this yield. Right, so now the lake is going to start freezing over. I think we've got another month to fish before it completely freezes. But once it's frozen solid, we won't be able to fish. But I'm gonna just let them carry on for now. Okay. Right, so from here I want to now just get myself a horse. Just get that one horse. Got 2 stable spaces left. I'm probably going to order 2 horses. Entertainment supply. Okay, so with the entertainment, I think we are okay. Okay, so now it's frozen over the lake, so we can basically unassign the families on this side. I think I'll maybe assign another family here to the apiary. Let's just see here. And then one of those other families I can assign here to the granary or to the storehouse. Yeah, we'll probably need another family here for the storehouse. Oh, there we go. And upgrade another one to level 3. And here's another one. Okay, great stuff. That means we have only got 3 burgage plots. Sorry, 4 burgage plots left that we can upgrade. To just get to that next development stage. I've got some sort of bug over here. They're supposed to show the burgage plot stats, but it doesn't want to. There we go. Okay. I don't know why they only show the oxen. Okay, we still need those extensions, so another chicken coop. Let's see. Yeah, let's just maybe do another chicken coop. Let's just do it like that. Okay, we're going to start butchering the sheep. We nearly got enough. So the supplies are looking a little bit better. Let's just unassign this family also here. I want to see if I can assign them somewhere else. Yeah, let's maybe... We've got enough wool, so let's maybe assign them here by the Weaver's Workshop. That's going to just help us generate some extra income. Requirements not met. Okay, well that's fine. I know why it's not met. Okay, so now we've got enough sheep, we can actually start butchering over here. I'm gonna maybe move this down, this amount. Let's maybe move it down to 35. And once our food supply have stabilized a little bit more, then I can systematically increase the levels from where we can start butchering. We've got currently now 150 people living in this town. Okay, so our supply capacity for the granary is looking really good. We just need to assign one more family here to the storehouse, and I think then we sorted. What I can alternatively also do is I can import some sort of commodities like the honey, let's say for example. just to help us out to get all of the houses that we need to get to level 3 to upgrade them. So that is a temporary solution I'm thinking of now. Honey, let's see, what is... Honey is quite cheap. Meat is a little bit cheaper actually. But I think let's just go for the honey to have the 3 food varieties. That's going to help us to level up the houses. So let's establish the trade route and import. Up to the point where... Oh, we actually pay 13. Yeah, okay, that's quite expensive. I sometimes get confused with the pricing over here. So let's import it till 20. We are going to use a lot of our money now. But it's fine, it's only going to be temporary. Oh, we've got plenty of ale. Now these people can live off beer for some time. I'm sure they don't mind. Or wouldn't mind. Okay, there we go. So we've got now all the families that we need for the storehouse and for the granary. And now we're into the new season. Let's actually assign the fishermen now. So let's do that. Let's unassign a family here by the apiary. I'm gonna unassign 2 families. There we go. And then we can just start getting some fish again. Just see, yeah. Fish supply is looking really good. Okay, with the forester, advance, remote working area. There we go. Okay, so with the wood cutting, it's actually doing very well. They're not going as wild as in my previous games with the wood cutting. Oh boy. Okay, so enemy spotted. Where are they coming from? Okay, so they're kind of like attacking from the same location. Let's just see if we can hire some mercenaries. Oh my goodness. Okay, these are the only ones available. Sign the contract. And now they might be coming from a very far location. Let's see. Okay, that's not... it's not ideal actually. They're not going to make it on time. Dang it. Okay, you see, I should have hired these ones a while ago already. Alright, we'll just send them there, and now I'm gonna have to use my own villagers to go out. Let's just get some more men into the retinue over here. Yeah, I think let's just go for the 20. Actually, let's just fill it up. Why not? Rally. Rally. Just have to let all of them rally now. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna just have to tell them not to run. Don't run. Don't run. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep their stamina before they engage. Okay, so the approval rating is looking much better at this stage. We've got all the different clothing and materials that we've got available at the marketplace. Okay, and the coin is doing okay. Alright, so the idea is I just want to send my soldiers out of range of where my borders are. So then we don't need to assign any families to go work at the corpse pit to bury all the people. So let's just see if we can line them up nicely over here. I'm gonna have to use my archers to flank these guys. Now you can see here my mercenaries, because they're coming from a total random spot. It really bugs me with the mercenaries that they would literally just pop out of any side. Yeah. They should actually allocate where the mercenaries are going to come from. beforehand? Well, that's what I think. Right, so I'm going to use the archers to flank from these two sides. Here we go. Oh my goodness, here's another party. I totally missed them. Goodness. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Here we go. Nice. Okay. So that's sorted out. We can send all of them back, and these mercenaries were useless because they're still coming up here. So goodbye for you guys. And then all of you can return back to normal. There we go. Oh, I was just too late with this house. There we go. Level up, level up. Okay, so now from here we're going to only need another 3 that we need to upgrade. Let's do that. Also put that one to level 2. So you see we've got now a couple of families in mourning. Okay, there we go. I think we're gonna have enough now to go to the next development stage. But I'm telling you, as soon as I go to this next development stage, it's gonna go a lot better when we get to the advanced skinning. Then we're going to produce a real decent amount of meat. And then from there it will be actually viable for us to start producing sausages. I'm going to just keep 3 families there to do the fishing. And we can in fact assign another family here to the farming. Yeah, so you can see that we've got now 3 different foods: the fish, the honey, and the meat that seems to be stable. I should probably add some more chicken coops pretty soon. But generally we've got now 3 food sources that's relatively stable. Okay, so we still need 1 house to upgrade to level 3. Oh, so we're actually missing logs. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just do this quickly. So my food has been stable for quite some time. It's just the logs, the timber that I've been missing. There we go. Alrighty, so this is going to unlock the next development stage for us. I'm gonna just do this as well. Just want to have one extra level 3 baggage plot. So now we'll have another family, or space for another family to move in. Currently we've got space for an additional 4 families. Right there, they're moving in now. Yeah, so the food is actually stable, although we don't have any reserves. It is actually pretty stable. Okay, so there we go. So we've got the advanced skinning now. This is going to really help us. Then we just, all we need is another 5 level 3 baggage plots. Okay, we also do need another 6 level 2 baggage plots. Okay, that's actually perfect. Right, so you can see our money is definitely starting to get affected. Policies. Decreases approval. All damage reach twice as fast. Reduce crops. You know, this is maybe a policy that I can use for this specific playthrough. I don't need as many crops. I can unassign the policy again. So let's maybe run that for a while and let's just see if the wild animals, how quickly, if it's going to make any difference with the breeding. But you can already see my meat yield is climbing significantly. So we can now go ahead and stop importing the honey. And I'll just maybe add some families to work here by the apiary. So now my intention is to get another level 2 baggage plot, which I can then use as a second butchery. Not enough construction material. What are we missing? Ah, planks. Right, so let's just do this quickly again. I suppose I need to keep 3 families now assigned permanently here by the logging camp. Alright, so our sheep and our lambs are looking good. We've got a decent amount of both. But now what I want to do is I'm going to just increase this a little bit. Let's do 40-35. Now I'm going to systematically increase the amount of sheep that we have. So I feel like for a town this size, you need about, I would say, 80 sheep in total, lambs and adult sheep. And then you get a pretty good production on your meat. Okay, so once this baggage plot is done, which it is now, I'm going to just add another workshop over here. And we'll just do, this is now for the butchery specifically. And then we'll start producing the sausages. You can see there the meat, it's really exponentially climbing. So once you've got this advanced skinning available here at the development tree, it makes a massive difference. So the last thing that we just need to do is the better deals to help us with the import of the salt. Because we're never going to make it financially if we have to consistently import that salt. Let's just go ahead and order another horse. Then we've got all our stable spaces filled. But yeah, so far this is looking good. Got a decent amount of meat. We've got our eggs, we've got our fish. A little bit of honey. We just need to get the sausages on board basically. Sausages. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna start with the production yet. I suppose it will automatically start once we've got salt. So I'll just hang tight before I start importing the salt. We've got so much ale. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm thinking maybe... yeah, maybe I should export the ale. We are exporting the linen, and we are, we're already importing, but I didn't set it yet. Okay, cool. Export firewood. I'm gonna stop with the firewood maybe, or I don't know if that's necessary. Let's just see. Leather. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so the leather's not really making a dent. We can maybe look at exporting wool. So let's open up the trade route, export. Right, and we can say they can export the wool maybe when we get over 120. We can export the wool. We do get 2 coin for the exports on that, so that's actually not bad. We produce so much wool in any case. Alright. So now we've got an 80% approval rating because we've got a decent food variety now as well. We've got the eggs, the fish and the meat. To actually get more, it looks like you get more approval from the proteins, I want to say, or the meat products. It does appear that way. Okay, I think I should take the leap of faith and just start to produce the sausages. Or start importing the salt at least. Or what I can rather do is I can maybe look at first going up to the next development stage to get the better deals. That might be a better option for us. A safer option, I want to say. Level 3 burgage plot there. Okay. So that's just going to bring us one step closer to where we want to be. But yeah, the meat production, that's very good. I mean, this is looking awesome. Yeah, so you can see the wild animals are like climbing now, the numbers, because of that policy. But obviously now we're going to get less yields, which is okay. I mean, that's really a fine compromise. We've got so much ale at this stage, so I don't think that's going to be an issue for us. Okay, so our suppliers, we're starting to reach capacity again, so I mean, I suppose we need to add some families to work here between the storehouse and the granary. Let's just add another family there by the logging camp. Okay, but the food is climbing so nice. Okay, we've got plenty of meat now. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted. And now the thing is, I just need to boost that regional wealth before we start importing that salt. So we've got now 40 sheep and 35 lambs. So I just want to let it go up a little bit further. So let's do it 45 adult sheep and 40 lambs. And I'm going to just adjust the trade over here as well. You just make sure the two align. 45, 40, okay. 45, 40. There we go. You see, this was also not set right. It had to be at 40, or 45 rather. So they kept on buying sheep, and that's also causing my regional wealth not to climb. But it did give us a good yield of meat. What we can also do now, because you can see now the wild animal deposits are climbing, we can add another family here to the hunting camp. Okay, so you see, the thing is, we're going to, our honey and our fish is going to fluctuate the amount of honey and fish that we've got available always. So if we've got the eggs and the meat supplied as well as the sausages, I think we're going to have a pretty stable community. So we're going to just keep on upgrading the houses if we do get the opportunity. I think we're missing resources, construction material. Yeah. So that's the only thing we're missing here. See, we've got a decent amount of plank, so I'm gonna just tell the sorper to stop quickly, just to build up our timber. And then we can look at upgrading more of these houses, the burgage plots. Right, there's another one, another 2 that we can level up. And then we've got enough level 3 burgage plots. So then from there we're only going to need more level 2. So let's do that. 1, 2, okay. Right, we're nearly getting there, very close. So then we're going to reach the final development stage. Just to unlock the better deals, and then from there I'm going to import the salt, and then yeah, then I think it's going to be pretty stable. Everything's going to run very smoothly. Yeah, just want to see my butchery. There's the butchery. Okay, cool. We've got 3 families available. I just want to check here quickly where I want to. I definitely want to sign. Yeah, I should actually do this. I need another family here by the storehouse and the granary. Let's just see. Yeah, so there we've got a better capacity now to handle everybody. And this market stall, or the market square, is starting to look very nice and more appropriate for the size of town that we've got. So how many level 2? We need another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do it like that. And now we're going to also need to add a few extra level 1 burgage plots. Let's just maybe do it like this. Yeah, I'm going to just do this. And I'm going to place chicken coops there over there as well. We lost quite a few of our retinue, so I'm going to just fill them up here again. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so this is the last step that I want to do. Now from here, we should be able to make a very decent amount of money, because we're going to import the salt at a better rate. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference in pricing, but it's still going to be better. Yeah, so instead of 14 points, we're going to pay 9. Okay, so that, yeah, that will definitely make a difference. Okay, but I will carry on with this within the next episode. And we're going to start producing our sausages, and I think between, like I say, the meat, the eggs and the sausages, then we'll have a stable production between the 3 of them at least. But I want to thank you all so much for watching, and if you did enjoy this, please do remember to subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next one.
In a game of adventure and strategy, we make our mark. Still gamer, building kingdoms from the dark. Together we rise, we conquer. We build our own empire in the realms of